West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Good evening, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILEcast News Bulletin only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine, but first, let's see what's happening in the headlines. In the headlines tonight, 821 students graduate from NILE Institute of Management Studies' 6th graduation ceremony in Arua City. Arua stakeholders urged to engage in good parenting of the youth. And several irregularities affecting Emyoga groups in Moyo district. This and more in the NILEcast News Bulletin. It's the 26th of April 2024. You're most welcome again to the NILEcast only on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories and made headlines today. Over a total of 821 students graduated from NILE Institute of Management Studies in the different courses ranging from certificate and diploma on the 25th of April 2024 in Arua City. Farish Majid and Benson Pastore report.
There was excitement at NILE Institute of Management Studies Arua as a total of 821 students graduate in different courses ranging from certificate and diploma on 25th of April 2024. During the colorful ceremony at the school premises in Arua City, some of the graduates, happily dressed, accompanied by family members, shared the stories of their academic journey.
I just want to say I'm too grateful, and my message to you outside there is that education is a good thing. Yeah, like after studying and you're graduating like this is some feeling that is really amazing, and to me it's just an amazing feeling that I feel everyone to feel the same feeling. So I encourage us outside there that we should encourage our children, even elders. There are some who have not yet gone to school to join schools here.
I'm so very happy. We are actually very, very happy today that we have finally graduated after a long time. This is the 6th graduation that has happened here, and it has taken almost years that we never got opportunity to do this, and finally here we are. So I just want to thank everybody who has been so supportive to me.
Some of the parents of these graduates have thanked to their daughters and sons and also the school administrators for the great achievement.
And then for parents who are outside there, let's continue to struggle to support children. Let's support our children. They are our future generation, especially the girl child. When you see today in the world, when you look at this graduation, you may find that majority who have graduated are the girls, are the women. So let's put women also in front as men, such that we see that at least our girl child is up. We have that balance.
Educating a girl child is very good, because girls nowadays, if they are not put in education, they go messing up in different ways. But as per now, I really feel of educating a girl child.
Sandhya Ronald Kizito, the Dean of the Students NIMSA, and at the same time who doubled as the Chairman Organizing Committee for the ceremony, highlights the public on how the whole process went.
Technical Examinations Board. So we are very privileged that this has been an opportunity for us to graduate all these, which is a sign of progress for this institution.
It is the 6th graduation ceremony at the school. Oraku Benson Pastore, Farsi Majid, West Nile Television, NILEcast.
Leaders in Arua City have expressed concern about a high rate of drug abuse that has resulted to many youths developing mental challenges. Take a look. Leaders in Arua City have expressed concern about the high rate of drug abuse that has resulted to many youths developing mental challenges. During the groundbreaking for the construction of the Trauma Healing Center at Oli Health Center 4 in Arua City, Honorable Wadri Sam Nyakwa expressed concern for the rising cases of mad youth walking the streets of Arua and called upon all stakeholders to come together to find a lasting solution to the problem.
The number of mad people in Arua City is rising every day, basically because of substance abuse. Many youth have resorted to smoking bangi. Many youths have resorted to eating merungi. Instead of sleeping, they are eating merungi. And when they eat merungi, they think of billions. If you are not stealing and you are not working, where else do you get that money from? That will be a dream. So many young people are getting mad. The number of mad people is increasing by the day because of substance abuse. Too much alcohol consumption. Not only here, everywhere. And something has to be done. Collectively, we should be able to address that. Otherwise, we're not going to manage. I don't know how we shall secure these young people in our city.
Honorable Timali Jackson Booty, the Member of Parliament for Arua Central Division, has blamed the current situation on poor parenting that has led children to enter into criminal activities. He has further called upon all stakeholders to engage in good parenting of the youth.
What is happening in the city here is poor parenting. Children not accepting to work, children wanting free things, children ending up being thieves, children ending up being killed. I was today devastated when I saw a young man killed, the legs cut, just for stealing what? This young man stole what? A flask. A flask of tea. And they kill you. So, what is driving us to steal small things? Eh? Who is the parent of that child? Ourselves are full. Because of petty things. Why don't we do parenting? Why don't we let our children work? Eh? Why do we let our children just roam on the roadside, abusing drugs and doing all this? It calls for all of us, political leaders, civil servants, NGOs, religious leaders, even the press. Let's all come out and do parenting. Today it is somebody's child, tomorrow it will be mine. Like I am here, I don't know what my child is doing somewhere. The following day you will find the person who is murdered here is your child, is your brother's child. So we need to come out and do parenting so that we save the lives of our children.
Okumuringa Christine, for West Nile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories, Arua City Assistant RSCCs kickstarted their work by visiting a few schools in Arua City to spread the gospel of the patriotism doctrine. Farish Majid reports.
At least 200 primary teachers from 65 schools in Ajuman district have received training from Right to Play on 24th of April 2024 at Aragan Hotel in Ajuman district. According to Madame Brenda Aber, the project manager Right to Play SIA project said, the training was organized to equip teachers with the skills and knowledge of how to address the different challenges, including adolescent girls.
So it's really to give teachers information on how they can be able to address the different challenges that adolescents face. Sometimes they don't have information, and really to encourage the children to stay in school, because we know that school is a safe haven for the children. How can the children be kept safe at school? So it's a number of issues.
Recently, Office of the President appointed over 300 individuals as assistant resident district and city commissioners in various local governments to help in support doing government work, where Arua City received 2 officials charged with mainly 3 duties, which among others include to fight corruption, promote patriotism, and carry out mobilization of the people to support government programs. The group has already commenced with visiting a few schools in Arua City to spread the patriotism gospel Among those who got appointed are Matua Job Richard, who has been appointed to assist the Central Division, and Ongom Poli to work with Ivo Division. To begin fulfilling the core values for which they got appointed, the two leaders posted to Arua City on the 25th of April 2024 visited a number of schools within Arua City, where they were received by the head teachers to check on the progress of patriotism. Matua Job Richard, the Assistant Resident City Commissioner for Central Division, who paid a courtesy visit to our public secondary school, says his appointment to Arua City gives him a chance to return home, where he diligently intends to serve his own people.
So I am here to do more than state work. I am here as a son of soil. I am here as somebody of your own who is so annoyed, who is deeply worried that if he doesn't correct his own place, then his children will be the victim.
Matua says for the goals to be achieved, there is need for all the stakeholders to work together irrespective of the differences.
One of the government programs which must be effectively supported is education. Education is a colorless. It is not yellow, it is not green, it is not red, it is not any political color. That's why I had even mobilized the politicians, NUP, FUDC, NRM to come with me. You can see they have delayed to come. We have to work with everybody. My role is to act as a reactive nuclear, as a magnet, to collect all our people, nucleate them, then infect them with positivity. Together with them, we go to change our own society.
Ongom Poli, the Assistant Resident City Commissioner for Ivo Division, says they are going to schools is to popularize patriotism as a strategy to curbing the bad vices such as corruption.
We must love ourselves. Why? You cannot cause damage or destroy or hurt what you love. So when you love your country, you will be able not even to cause any damage to it in terms of maybe stealing money, you know. So we are in this exercise trying to popularize it. We are trying to expand it wider to all secondary school and other institutions. It has become a new strategy actually to fight corruption.
Some of the teachers whose schools were visited by the newly appointed RCCs say they are already implementing the government goals.
Yes, and here we always notify the RCC. When we are doing the training, then we get manpower for training from the forces, the PDF. So they are the ones who trained them and also gave some lectures. So that one was a bit successful. Then, as I said, if it is the issue to support government programs, for us we are USE, and actually Republic will fully implement USE and the OPLET. And that's why our numbers are very big. Actually, it is space which is limiting us.
So we have a program now for training Senior 1, Senior 5, first week of second term, which we shall do from 4 p.m. to 6 every day for 1 week, and then we commission them. So that's now what we are going to do, because
training Senior
1 and 5 on patriotism.
It's called mindset orientation.
Fred Busulwa, Colonel, the liaison officer at National Secretary for Patriotism Corps of Uganda and officer of the President upon the two of the schools in Arua City, says that it is intended to promote patriotism so as to curb corruption right from the grassroots level.
Corruption has become a discipline within our country, and the biggest way we can curb it is coming to the young generation, teach them, train them to love their country and to be well-disciplined children. When they are well-disciplined, they can grow up hating the other vices, corruption inclusive. So that's the reason why we are going to all schools across the nation, trying to train and teach them about patriotism. We are telling them that being patriotic is loving your country, is loving your neighbor, is conserving the environment. If our students can be friendly to the environment, if they are godly, they know how to manage their time, and they are hard-working students. So by the time they grow up, they will be responsible citizens who will be corruption-free.
In preparations for their new roles, the appointees are to undergo an induction course in Chankwanzi, where they will be issued their roles and guidelines, which is expected to be in the month of May this year. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Over 200 primary teachers from the 65 schools in Adjumani district have received training from the Right to Play on the 24th of April 2024 at Arigan Hotel in Adjumani district. Onzima Alan reports.
Being addressed, some of the other things we want the teachers to know is menstrual hygiene management. We've also seen that some girls drop out of school because they do not have the adequate skills.
Dima Robert, the district education officer of Adjuman district, thanked the partners for bringing out the issues of sexuality education which is affecting the learners in schools. Dima Robert further encouraged teachers to educate learners about health-related issues when at schools.
I heard you talk about ST what? And the STDs. These are things affecting our children whom we think should have not gotten to this level. Not so, but they have HIV/AIDS. They come from homes already with parents who are sick. All those are things affecting us. And yet they go to school so that they come with a good learning outcome.
Saidi Samba, Assistant Commissioner of Education, Guidance and Council Ministry of Education and Sports, however, said that the training is to find out solutions to issues that affect the learners and orienting teachers on the different government policies.
And this training was trying to address all of these different issues, because these are issues that contribute to poor teaching and learning outcomes. So that they can take decisions about their bodies, they can know that when I do this, these are the likely risks, but also the capacity of the teachers. A number of them had not been oriented on a number of ministry and government interventions. So we had to orient them so that now they know how best to handle these issues from an angle of the Ministry of Education and the government.
Dutiru Grace, senior women teacher Omia Primary School, one of the trainees, said she learned a lot from the training, especially the challenges learners are going through right from homes by doing follow-up of these children so as to discover the causes.
Where you find a learner may perform poorly in class and maybe always this learner is late in school. So you have to find out the cause of that child. Maybe the child has been neglected from home, maybe has been mistreated from home, maybe has some challenges which may not be addressed by that child alone. So it is very important that we have to understand that there are some cases of this violence, either physical, emotional, social, sometimes economical, which may affect this child's performance.
Honorable Ondwa Kurina Wakodra, Secretary for Production, who represented Adjuman District Chairperson, calls on all parents to play their roles in supporting their children, including those who got pregnant before completing studies for a better future.
When you're a father, you need to care and look at the situation of your children. Where should you leave them? Should you make them die like that? But right now, when we go with the right play, our young mothers are doing very well, even in classes, and they have gone back to school. And that is the pride of us as mothers. We know that though late, they will also achieve the target. And I want to thank Brad to play very much also for that intervention in our young ones.
The 2 days training was organized to enhance teachers with knowledge about various challenges affecting education of learners like gender-based violence, among others. Oraku Benson Pastore, Onzima Alan, West Nile Television Nilecast.
During the fact-finding meeting organized by the Moyo Resident District Commissioner and the targeted 12 Emyoga groups, it was revealed that Emyoga groups in Moyo District are grappling with the challenges of non-compliance to the loan repayment, improper record keeping and forgery, which has greatly affected the operation of up to 12 groups within the district, lacking proper direction. Okumu Dominic reports.
The fact-finding meeting, which was organized by the Resident District Commissioner, targeted 12 Emyoga groups, which are inactive, and is aimed at finding out the reasons why they are inactive and forge a way on how to revamp the groups. Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, who chaired the meeting, said out of the 18 Emyoga groups formed within the district, only 6 are operational, while 12 are inactive, and from their findings, cases of non-compliance, improper record keeping, and forgery are so common among the groups, and this has affected the groups within the district.
But we had 12 circles that were lagging behind in terms of documentation, in terms of their records, auditing, and AGM, and the issues of compliance. Loans were given out, people are not complying, records have disappeared. We also discovered that there was a lot of falsification done by the leaders of the circles.
Mr. Waiswa Ronald, the Zonal Manager Microfinance Support Center Arua Zone, said generally the Emyoga groups in Moyo district perform fairly, but however implore the public to be compliant in their loan repayments, have proper records, and have valid license so as to acquire more seed capital for their groups, saying it's a revolving fund which will keep circulating within the district, and therefore people should take it serious.
Circles in Myoga, or the Myoga program generally in Moyo district, is performing fairly. So compliance is very key in the performance of an institution. So we need to ensure that they are compliant with the laws. If you have expired certificates, it plays down your performance. So I empower the circles to ensure that they are compliant in order to improve their performance.
Mr. Amegovu Dominic, the district commercial officer, said the biggest problem affecting the Emyoga groups in the district is that some of the leaders of the group are working in isolation, citing the groups of PWDs as an example where the chairperson tried forging the signatures of the secretary and the treasurer with the intention to withdraw the money from the bank.
What is killing us here is I found out most of these executives are working alone. An example can be the one of PWD, where we found a challenge of withdrawing money. Forging signatures of the 2 members of the executive. You were aware about it. The first chairperson, when he came to the bank, couldn't out the bank when they realized these are not your things out of this two. You go and bring them. And up to today is nowhere.
Mr. Anyakon John Harrison, the district internal security officer Moyo, urged the members of the 12 groups to devise means of revamping their groups by making plans on how they can start paying their loans, saying they are not going to arrest and detain people who picked up the loans.
Who took the money brings 100, and actually about 20 of you, and we have the 200. This group has taken 200, this we shall be good to go. And these people will give you more money. You are just here because actually you want to give. Other people are saying let's go, whether they arrest us or no, we are not going to arrest people. We have come to agree to make sure that we need to see the health.
Mr. Chetas Kovin, the chairperson Moyo Journalist Emyoga Group, pledged his commitment in mobilizing his members so as to revamp the group, which has been inactive.
We can't call us to be out of these benefits, but we must take responsibility in ensuring that the progress of this association stands on its feet. And basing on this guidance, to me and with my members, as a member of the association, we would love to see and organize either the AGM, then we should also the auditing is done such that through the guidance of commercial officer, we take that in note.
Over 500 million shillings was dispersed to 18 Emyoga groups registered in the district, with some receiving 30 million while others receiving up to a tune of 50 million. However, just 2 years down the road, most of the groups which received this money are nowhere to be found, leaving only 6 out of 18 operational. It's from this background that the resident district commissioner decided to call for the meeting for the members of the 12 inactive groups so as to forge a way to revamp the groups. I'm Dominic Anthony Okumo for West Nile TV, Nilecast.
The leadership of Arua City is in the process of developing a waste management ordinance so as to handle the challenges of poor, solid and liquid waste management. During a stakeholder meeting, the stakeholders shared ideas on the need for the law. Farish Majid reports.
The leadership of Arua City is seeking to have the Waste Management Ordinance Bill so as to deal and handle challenges related to waste management in the city. This comes at a time where the city is still grappling with challenges of poor garbage disposal and collection within the city, which is believed to have been fueled by lack of a law to control the habit. On the 25th of April 2024, the City Council held a special consultative meeting at the Council Hall to discuss on the law which is yet to be passed. Councillor Adama Henry, the League Office of Arua City, took the stakeholders on the clauses of the law. As he says, it caters for all the different mother laws.
I wanted to submit that as a law committee, we did our part. We consulted all the relevant laws and even made comparisons to other ordinances of this nature in the other cities. So the draft here has taken consideration the examination of the laws. We're also mindful these provisions should not be conflicting to the parent laws. We took consideration of that. So this is the draft for your input, and your recommendations are welcome.
Honorable Shino Rashid, the councillor representing Baza Ward, welcomes the idea of the law, which according to him is going to empower them in enforcement.
Timely, and we create a set of division that some of these things on the working material already been under implementation of our division. So it is coming timely to empower us more. His Worship Ward Sam Nyakua, the Mayor of Arua City, calls for mindset change, especially where some people have been leaving their animals to move freely within the city center, which has been challenging.
Our people are not used to the city yet. Because in town here, you see, this morning I was struggling with the cows. Not chief administrative officers, but cows with 4 legs. At Smash here. You see? You can see. I don't know which road this one, but the one I'm talking about was this morning. People still have the guts to leave their cows. To go and look for their reason. To go and look for what they can get to eat. This is not acceptable.
Meanwhile, Tasanku David, the Arua City clerk, appealed to the stakeholders to embrace and welcome the law for Arua City to compete with other cities.
As the council has said, this is an ordinance that is for all of us. People have quoted at Rwanda, people are looking at Fort Portal, someone was talking about Fort Portal, 4 years, Marikuri here, Mbale and elsewhere. All those cities have the ordinance. And from the mother law, the constitution, as I said, and the acts of parliament and the regulations, we are now coming up with our localized ordinance. That is for Arua City.
Matua Job Richard, the newly appointed Assistant Resident City Commissioner in charge of Central Division, warns against politics of divisionism while implementing the law.
Politics of division, intrigue, backstabbing. When you start it, my friend, you will not be. If I engage you in a battle, it will be a nuclear war. Our people have been over-divided by you, the politicians, because of your bad politics. Instead of looking at the cleanliness of the city, you are looking at your interest. Therefore, instead of looking at the common interest of the people, you now raise your selfish interest above the common good, hence failing service delivery, hence failing government program, hence failing our society. We cannot just look at you and sing for you glory. We cannot just clap for your hand. We will deal with you properly.
The stakeholder meeting organized by the Social Services Committee of the city attracted attendance from the clergy, the business community, the political, technical and security leaders from the city, among other stakeholders. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nalkas.
right time for you to get to know what is happening in the world of sports. In front of the camera is me, Benson Pastoro. I know weekend has already started and there are so many sporting activities which always bounces back over the weekends. I can confirm to you, Start Times Uganda Premier League is going neck to neck. Some games were played yesterday and also this evening some games also took place. Before I give you how the games went yesterday, let's first take a look at how things transpired this evening in Start Times Uganda Premier League. There was a game between Busoga and the team of Wakiso Giants in a relegation battle. Busoga, of course, still keeps the hopes of avoiding relegation live after 2-1 win over Wakiso Giants. Meanwhile, Mbara City had to tie UPDF into a barren draw, I mean 0-0 draw. And also yesterday we had two games on the card and there was a game between Soltino Bright Stars and the team of KCA. This game was played in Jinja and it ended in a 2-2 tie, and the Sports Club Villa also keeping their hopes of pushing for the title after edging out Gaddafi by a 0-0. Right now, you look at the top of the table, on the log is Airtel Chitara with something of 47 points. Second on the log is Sports Club Vipers with 46 points. Third on the log is Ball with 46 points, and the team that completes the top 4 right now in Start Times Uganda Premier League is the team of Sports Club Villa. After edging out the team of Gaddafi by a 0-0, it has pushed them at number 4 with 45 points out of the 24 games they have so far played. This is what I can give you as far as the top of the table in Start Times Uganda Premier League is concerned, and also the top tier of Ugandan football. And this one now pushes us to what is happening in CAF Champions League. I know normal when we talk about Champions League, people's mind go to UEFA Champions League. I can confirm to you in Africa, we also have got CAF Champions League. There is also Asian Champions League. But tonight, I need to highlight you with what is happening in African Champions League called the CAF Champions League. I can confirm to you the games have already propelled to the semi-finals. First leagues we have played. Now, we have in the reverse fixtures bouncing back tonight. There was a game between Esperance and a team called Mamelodi Sundowns. So Mamelodi Sundowns is a team that comes from South Africa. Meanwhile, Esperance is a team that comes from Tunisia. And Esperance managed to edge out Mamelodi Sundowns by a 0-0 in the first league. And the reverse fixture is coming tonight. On the other side, there was a game between TP Mazembe that comes from Congo and also a team called Al Ahly. By the way, Al Ahly, they are the defending champions. The first leg of that game ended in a barren draw, and also the two sides, they are splitting themselves tonight. And we're waiting to see if the defending champions will proceed to the finals. I said, still, I want to summarize it. Al Ahly up against TP Mazembe. Meanwhile, on the other side, Esperance that comes from Tunisia will be battling it out with a team that comes from South Africa, ABSA Premiership called Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's leave everything which is happening in the continent of Africa and we jet to Europe. I can confirm to you, games also bouncing back in the English Premier League. It's going neck to neck. The top of the table is becoming tight also in Championship. You talk about German Bundesliga, it's already done, Spanish La Liga, but let's go league to league. We start with what is coming in English Premier League. Come tomorrow, West Ham in early kickoff will be having a game up against Liverpool, and then at 5 p.m. you'll be expecting a game between Crystal Palace as they'll be visiting private courses to take on Fulham, and Manchester United will be maintaining Theatre of Dreams, that's Old Trafford, as they welcome Burnley. Meanwhile, Sheffield will have to work from that humiliation they had into the hands of Manchester United as they take a visit away to St. James Park to take on Newcastle. Wolves will take on Luton Town, and there will be a game between Everton and the team of Brentford, and Sports Club Villa will have Aston Villa will be at Villa Park as they welcome the team of Chelsea. On Sunday, Bournemouth will take on off from Brighton and Hove Albion. Meanwhile, there will be a London derby, and at the same time, title race up against the race for top 4. Arsenal is fighting for the title. Meanwhile, Spurs is pushing for top 4. That means Arsenal will be traveling to Spurs, and the weekend shall be finalized by a game between Nottingham Forest and the team of Manchester City. Before the games that are set to be played tomorrow and on Sunday, there was one game on the card in English Premier League yesterday night as we saw Manchester City run riot over Brighton and Hove Albion by 4-0. And also in Italian Serie A yesterday, there was a game between Udinese and the team of AS Roma. AS Roma, there were 2-1 winners over Udinese, and some games are set to be played today across Europe, and Queen's Park Rangers will be taking on the team of Leeds, that's in Championship, and there will also be a game in, by the way, it might be decided tonight between Real Madrid and the team of Barcelona. Real Madrid tonight, they will be taking a trip away to San Mamés to take on Real Sociedad, and the win for Real Madrid up against Real Sociedad tonight will see them to be crowned as the champions of Spanish La Liga. As I had said earlier on, in German Bundesliga, it's already done. Bayer Leverkusen are the champions. And also in Italian Serie A, we saw the team of Inter Milan winning it on Monday. Meanwhile, in French League 1, a win for Paris Saint-Germain up against Le Havre. Also tomorrow we'll see the business done in French League 1. That means Paris Saint-Germain will be crowned as the champions. That means the race shall only be left in English Premier League. And that one takes us to the other games to be played. Bochum in German Bundesliga tonight is welcoming Hoffenheim. Salernitana, meanwhile, is taking a trip away to Frosinone also tonight. Montpellier in French League 1 is welcoming Nantes. And lastly, as I had said, Queen's Park Rangers up against Leeds, and in other leagues come tomorrow. Bayern Munich is entertaining Eintracht Frankfurt. Meanwhile, RB Leipzig is taking on the team of Dortmund. This is also in the Champions League slot battle in German Bundesliga. And Juventus, in a very big encounter in Italian Serie A, will be welcoming a side called AC Milan. And lastly, as I said, Paris Saint-Germain will be welcoming Le Havre. These are the updates I feel I should give you. Right from our region, not the region, right from our country, African football, and also in international sports. Still, I will be here tomorrow in the weekend edition of NILE Sports News. Have the best of your moments. We'll link up again tomorrow.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. And that, viewers, marks the end of the NILEcast, only on West Nile Television. Thank you always for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILEcast to the end of the NILEcast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name remains Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.